How many miles are on this thing? Is this a manual transmission or an automatic transmission? It can't be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Wyndscreen YouTube channel. We know it's been a little bit. We got a new vid for you guys this week. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the comments and all the followers on Instagram. We're bringing Wyndscreen to the masses. We're back with you this week. Thanks for watching. Hey again, everybody. Welcome to the Wyndscreen YouTube channel. We're going to jump right back into it this week. We got a quick count up of a few things that should make the used car buying and selling experience better for us as well as for you. That's what we're doing this for everybody. So bear with us when we go through it. We greatly appreciate the watches. And again, we appreciate the subscribers. And we appreciate everybody who's visited the links and purchased some of our swag. So we're going to jump right in. Since the dawn of time, and especially since the first two cars were available and one of them was for sale, crooks and thieves and scammers have been looking ways to whittle their way in and take advantage of people. They've got the links to the phishing sites. They've got ads that are vague and hard to understand and are trying to just get people to reach out to them. There's buyers and sellers that are baiting and switching. They're not really selling what they've got, or they just want you to come and look and see what's going on, and then maybe get you to buy something else or just confuse you. And people have been dealing with odometer rollbacks for quite a while. And then you've got title washing scams and schemes. So you do have to be diligent out there. But here we are today to help you navigate that process a little bit easy. So for some reason, it's a novel idea to guard against scams and spam and rogue emails and rogue texts and ads that shouldn't be listed on the sites. So Wyndscreen actively guards against all of this. We're not sure why it's taken this long to do that, but we're here to do all of that for you. And since I know you're probably looking for cars for sale on other sites, we're going to go through a few items here that will help you ID some potential scam and spam avenues. So in no particular order, we'll start here with number one. You'll see some ads that don't have any pictures. Never really understood why you would list a car for sale with no picture. It's quite baffling, or why a site would even allow for you to list a car for sale with no picture. Just adds confusion and scamminess to the whole process. Thankfully, Wyndscreen requires 2 pictures minimum to help weed out some of those scammers and spammers and just the lazy people that are going to end up wasting your time. So number 2 here, and this might not be as obvious if you don't browse all the other sites quite often, or you don't buy and sell very often. You'll see some ads with some vehicles for sale, and they got super weird text. Some things are bold, some things are small, some things are out of place, some things are spelled wrong. There's weird text jumbles. And once you see it, you'll understand. But there's quite a few ads out there that are copy pasted. So be wary of those. Usually move along because they'll include some links and some emails that you'll have to kind of copy and paste. So don't click on those. Don't worry about those. And again, we don't know why other sites allow that to happen. But thankfully Wyndscreen guards against that. And number 3 here, we see this decently often, not so much on Wyndscreen, but on other sites. Sellers have a vehicle listed for sale in your city or in your zip code or whatever. But when you read it, it says car is not located here, or we can ship, or car is located in so-and-so state, but call us for shipping. This is another just kind of link. Try to get you to sign up for something or click on a link for something for some engagement. If a vehicle is not in your area, just don't bother with it unless you want to travel to go see it. But definitely don't just sign up and say, hey, I want this vehicle because it's exactly what you want, but it's in California and you're in Tennessee. So be wary of that. Be wary of people trying to just get email addresses or you to call them or sign up on their website for some services. So some people like to, some sellers, unscrupulous sellers, or if they're even sellers at all, some scammers like to post vehicles all over the place. try to get as much eyes on them as they can, but in reality, they probably don't have a vehicle for sale anyway. So windscreen guards against that too. Number 4 here, and again, this really isn't an issue on Wyndscreen because Wyndscreen provides just instant nationwide exposure. You wouldn't need to post your vehicle all over the place at different sites, different cities, and under different links. So you'll see a vehicle, and if you can access their profile, or sometimes there's links to see what else they have for sale, you'll notice that that vehicle is listed all over the place, 15 different times, and you don't know where it is, if it's really for sale, do they even have permission to sell it? So be wary of those, and you don't need to um, bother with those vehicles. If it's under a different URL, or they've got the vehicle listed under multiple profile names or something like that, be very wary. Most likely a scam. And again, who knows really what they're after? But there's a lot of different ways people are trying to scam and just get access to your emails or social security numbers or addresses or whatever. So just move along from those, and check out Wyndscreen. So number 5 here, another pretty obvious way to ID a scam or a spam attempt. It just says car for sale or item for sale, or Honda for sale, and doesn't list what the actual type of the vehicle is. Usually this is accompanied with no picture too, so that kind of goes back to the earlier ones. So just be careful with that. If a seller is really trying to sell their vehicle, and they're actively trying to sell it, they'll list the vehicle, what it is, a Honda Accord, trim model, whatever, mileage and all that stuff. So if it just says car for sale with very limited other information, just move along. That's going to be a waste of time at best, or it could be some sort of phishing attempt at worst, and they could take you for a ride, literally. So windscreen guards against that too. Number 6 here, just kind of building on other things we talked about earlier. Just be on the lookout for weird text, vague text. Like we said, car for sale, air quotes there, with no other information, no pictures. Sometimes you'll see people will put some weird, funky multi-text and number, email address in there. Then you have to copy and paste. Usually that's pretty obvious scam attempt there too. So just be wary of weird pictures, weird text, missing text, things that are in the wrong place. And unfortunately, other sites allow all of this, and we're actively working against that. So this isn't a problem on Wyndscreen. Everything's uniform, everything's clean and clear and easy to read and easy to understand. And if anybody tries to do anything funky, we immediately delete it. We're constantly 24/7, 365. We've got some code behind the scenes that's actively guarding against all of this weirdness too, and all this overall scammy and spammy feeling with these other marketplaces. So Wyndscreen guards against that, but be very wary on the other sites as you're browsing around. We know there are other ones out there. Just be careful, and we're here to protect you. So lucky number 7 brings us to the old saying, and this is true in the real world and not just used car buying and selling, but if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Even in 2026, we have to keep reminding people, because sometimes you'll see that used car ad for that perfect vehicle you've been looking for, and it's in your town too, but it's about half the price of what you think it should be. So your heart starts to race a little bit. You might start to get a little sweaty and get a little excited that you found something that no one else has seen, or maybe the seller doesn't know what they've got and they're having a fire sale and they've got to get rid of it. Very rarely is that going to be the case. That's probably going to be the case if somebody's taken someone else's ad and has just copied and pasted it and added a price that's half or even less. Again, for people to call or text or email, or maybe even try to come see it or get it shipped to them. It's just another way someone's trying to take you for a ride, and not in a good way. So be very careful about that. And again, we don't have to mention this, but we will. Wyndscreen actively guards against that too. So be careful if you see that 2020 F-150 for $10,000 that's not wrecked and has a clean title, because that's not going to be the case. So keep your wits about you. And we've had to deal with that over the years too, on all the other sites. We'll get excited. We think we found a gem, but again, if it sounds too good to be true, 99.99%, it usually is. And number 8, building on that, never, ever, ever send money, even a small deposit, for a vehicle that you've not laid eyes on, kicked the tires, or at least had a friend or family member go check out for you. There's so many ads out there, again, trying to get you to ship the vehicle, send deposits. We have to sell it today. We'll sell it to you if you send us even $100 or whatever, and then they get access to your PayPal or your Venmo or your emails or whatever it is, or even worse, your bank account, and then it's done. So again, there's hundreds of thousands of used cars out there daily. So the right one will come along, but never, ever, ever send a deposit until you've met the seller, seen the paperwork, kicked the tires. And then if you want to leave a small deposit in person via some cash or something, that's fine. We've done that. And then we'll come back in a week or so with a trailer to get it or a second driver or whatever. So lots of ways to handle it. Again, just keep your wits about you and don't send any money to anybody without seeing the vehicle first. So number 9 here, we're almost there. We've got 20 or 30 more topics on this, but we'll keep it short and sweet this week. So number 9, and something that kind of continues to build on what we talked about, the other sites allow vehicles to be posted with very limited info. And it's baffling to us. But anyway, since they do list vehicles with very limited info, you'll be tempted to reach out and ask for more info, and naturally so. So while you're talking to them, if you feel they're standoffish, they'll try to change the subject or say, "Hey, just come look at it," without giving you what you're asking for, move on. It's someone trying to sell a piece of junk, or they don't even have it, or they want you to just send a deposit or whatever, like we've mentioned before. So they try to change the subject or won't provide the limited info that you're asking before you waste time to come look at it. Just move along. And again, Wyndscreen guards against that, so less wasted time for everybody. So you made it all the way to the end here. Number 10, last but certainly not least, you paid attention to all previous 9 tips and tricks we had for you. So now you found a good car you want to buy, and you're actually standing in front of it, and you're ready to kick the tires and take it for a test drive. So now is really the time to touch it, feel it, sit in it, press all the buttons, and see if it's really what you want. But be very careful. Don't let your guard down. It's still a good used car. Hopefully it's a good used car. It's still a used car. So make sure you check all the systems. You check the heat and AC, check all the gears, make sure it starts and goes like it's supposed to. Check reverse. We've heard lots of comments about people, they'll drive the car and they never had an opportunity to check reverse. They always pulled in, or they just got on the highway and went and parked it. And then when they went to go and back out of the driveway, once they've signed over the title and given the money and it's their car now, that reverse acted weird. So that's something you wouldn't really think that would be an issue, but sometimes cars will go forward without going in reverse. So be very careful. And that's just one of the many examples of things you need to check while you're there in person driving the car, which is why you don't be very careful if you're shipping the car or someone says that everything works great and you trust them and you send a deposit. Be very careful. So again, good used car, check it out, get up to speed, make sure the tires all match. They've got good tread. Again, tires are $1,000 a set these days, so you don't want to pay top dollar for a used car and then you have a set of tires you got to put on a day one to pass inspection or be safe or whatever. And yeah, you probably heard this. Find a shop to do a PPI, a pre-purchase inspection, if you're very wary of something, or if this is your first time buying a used car, you don't have anybody to go and help you, or anybody to bounce questions off of. It's a great opportunity to meet a local shop. All the forums and the next doors and whatever can recommend somebody for you. There's even mobile mechanics too. I've personally never used a mobile mechanic, but they're out there. And they'll charge anywhere from $100 to $200 to look over the car, unbiased. Obviously, they're not buying it, and can give you a rundown. And this also give you a chance to ask some questions to the mechanic. And about cars in your area. Maybe they know of a good used car for sale. There's a mechanic there and he's got employees or whatever. So just ask questions about what to look for, or is this a good car, or even you can get as high level or as vague as you want. So And meeting a good mechanic, and having a good mechanic is worth a lot. I'm not the only one that thinks that.
You know what a good mechanic is worth? You can't compare that to sex.
And speaking of the PPI, the pre-purchase inspection, if the seller balks at that or is like, "Nah, I'll have my guy do it," or "No, it's not leaving the premises until, money changes hands," or whatever, and you've been worried about the process the whole time anyway, you can back away. You don't have to do anything until you sign your name on the title and you hand them the money. So if the paperwork looks funny or they're shifty and shady, or they don't want you to get an inspection, or they won't let you look under the vehicle, or try to guard against you looking under the vehicle or testing certain things, or they try to just say, "Hey, yeah, it works great. Don't worry about test drive," or anything like that. Don't don't mess with that guy or girl, that seller. Just move on. And this could be true for a private used car or for a car at a used car dealer too. So there's scams and spam artists everywhere. So again, never let your guard down. We've given you here's 10 tips and tricks here to help you. And Wyndscreen, again, will help guard against all of the weirdness as you're looking and as you're contacting legitimate sellers. So hopefully when you do meet that car in person and meet that seller in person, the transaction will go over smoothly, and it's exactly what you want. So like we've said before, if you have any issues or any concerns, check us out. And you can send us an email, info@wyndscreen.com. We're here every day for you. We're trying to make used car buying and selling the best it can be, as fun as it can be. Get back to the good old days where you could browse and look and feel comfortable reaching out to that seller for a good used car without all the scams and spam artists that are out there now. So we're actively fighting against it for you and for us. Selfishly, we want to have a good time too. Again, we appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching to the end. We hope this helped you in some way. If you have any issues or concerns or thoughts, check us out. We've got our email. We've got Instagram. You can leave a comment below. And while you're doing that, check out the link to our awesome swag. And also, one last time, this week anyway, we are doing a free sticker giveaway to the first few subscribers. So make sure you subscribe and leave us a comment, and we'll get something out to you as soon as we can. Again, we thank you, and we'll see you soon.